Hi, it's Brian Kazula with CostSeg RX, and in this video, I'm just going to go over your investment page, and then the scope of work, and then finally the terms and conditions of the proposal. So your investment is where I break down the pricing for the cost segregation studies. Depending on the type of study you have, whether it's a same-year study, a look-back study, a residential study, a capital expenditure study, your fees will vary. On larger projects, we typically collect 70% of the project upfront and then 30% at completion, just because there are quite a bit of cost upfront, such as travel to the site. On the smaller residential properties, we generally collect 100% upfront. The scope of work lists out the scope of what we're doing in the cost segregation study. Specifically, what I want to point out is when it comes to the site inspection. This will tell you if we're going to conduct a remote site inspection, third-party site inspection, or if we're going to physically visit the property to do the site inspection. That will drive or be a factor in the total cost associated with it. But you'll want to review the scope of work just to make sure that in the end, you're getting exactly what you're looking for. The terms and conditions are also very important, just because we lay out some general information regarding owner's representation, basically the information that you're supplying to us. If there's any disagreement, so binding mediation, the services that we provide, the reliance, our fees, and asset reclassification. Basically, what we're disclosing here is that our fees will not determine asset reclassification. They're completely independent, just like an appraiser's. Right to entry. On some projects, we do need to gain access to the property. So if we have to gain access to the property, just make sure there's a maintenance person or a property manager that can let us into the property. Documentation. We went over documentation in the overview tab. It's definitely important that we have the correct documentation for the study. Land allocations are an important topic, and I'll cover these on a different video. We don't provide land allocations. It's up to the client to provide a reasonable land allocation. There's 6 methods that I like to use, and I can certainly go over those with you. If we provide you an estimate, the land allocation on the estimate is just that. It's an estimate only. If you need us to change it, absolutely tell us to change it. I'm happy to have a conversation with you on it. Residential property disclosure. So the residential property disclosure is important. There was a court case called Amerisouth that came out in 2012, where the IRS classified a lot of the items that we typically classify as short life assets. They're saying they're long life assets. So if you've got questions regarding the Amerisouth and our residential property disclosure, feel free to give me a call. I'd be happy to go over it with you together. Audit support. We provide audit support on all of our files. I'm happy to provide you with the data that we pulled in order to do the cost segregation study, and I can certainly provide that to the IRS as well. When we deliver the reports, we typically deliver them as a PDF file. If you would like the Excel schedules, then I'm happy to provide those to you as well. And those are great backup, if you will, just for your work file. So I really recommend that you just read the entire terms and conditions and then the sign-off page. So thank you for choosing us. I'm certainly happy to work with you. One of the things that we're disclosing is the turnaround time. So we're redisclosing the fee, and we're disclosing our anticipated turnaround time. Know this isn't set in stone. Sometimes projects take longer, sometimes they take shorter. If you have an urgent need and you need to get a file turned around because you have to file taxes, or you're in the middle of a loan application and the underwriter needs it, definitely give me a call. I'm happy to help out where we can. So that's it for this video. If you have any questions, give me a call. Talk to you soon.